Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, I of course am the FPL Train, where on this channel we talk all things fantasy football, and this is of course my second video of the day. I've had to do both my transfer plans one and my team selection for today, because obviously tomorrow is the deadline for game week 14. It's a quick turnaround. We've not got much obviously time to really think about our teams, but you've got to be on it because there's a few decent fixtures going into game week 14, and there might be a couple of players you wanted to bring in for game week 14 and you've probably forgotten the deadline is tomorrow, but it is tomorrow, so get on that. So obviously this video is my team selection video, so we are going to be going through that where I've got one free transfer and there's a high chance I'm going to be doing a -4 hit. I've got probably no choice. I'm waiting for obviously the Martinez news, but at the moment I'm set to make a -4 hit, which is amazing because obviously you can save transfers up to 5, and I'm still going to be probably have to be making a hit. So yeah, we'll go through that a little bit later, but let's talk about game week 13 then, shall we? Where of course I scored 60 points overall, and it wasn't great. So I had a red arrow. I was going to say flag them. Watch one and I've got it in my head. So yeah, I got a red arrow overall. Went from 1.4 million to 1.7. So it's not a massive one, obviously, but you know, red arrow is still red arrow. It's just disappointing. It's just the fact that I don't have Saka, I'd say, or an Arsenal defender that's really done me there, to be honest. Because, I mean, the average was 60, and I did get bang on 60. So, yeah, a few more points, and I would have got a green arrow, but it is what it is. So, yeah, let's talk about the team then. So, starting us off, we've got Martinez, who I've just mentioned before. Went off injured. Was it just after half-time, or was it half-time? I think it was at half-time. I didn't watch the game against Chelsea, but I heard he'd had a bad game before he went off injured with a hand injury. I think Emery said it was. So, yeah, really disappointing. He already conceded 2 goals before he went off anyway. He did make 3 saves, so that's the reason why he's got that point, because he did actually lose it originally, the fact that he conceded 2 goals. So just about got a point there, so that was lucky, I guess. Back 3 then, I started at Ockley, and, you know, it really didn't pay off at all. So, obviously, Lewis stayed on my bench. You got a point finally, so I missed out on a point there. So, that probably done me over there. And, yeah, I started Ockley, who didn't play for very long. Played for 34 minutes, went off injured. And in that time, he already conceded 2 goals. So, great start from him and Martinez, eh? So, nothing from him. Doubtful he's going to be playing this week. Saying he has a knee injury, so I probably won't see him again for some time. Lewis Hall, I mean, oh, God, that was annoying, weren't it? Looked set to get, you know, a clean sheet for Newcastle. Looked pretty decent, to be fair. And then right at the end, freaking Crystal Palace going equalised. Couldn't believe it. I was fuming, absolutely fuming. I thought clean sheet there. I'll tell you that. I could have really done with that one, and I lost 4 points there. Oh, fuming, absolutely fuming. And obviously delay. I mean, United absolutely battered Everton 4-0. And when they were winning, I think it was 2-0 at the time, I was worried that he was going to go off before 60th minute. Because obviously he did make changes. This time it was Mazraoui, wherever you say his name. He went off before the 60th minute mark. So, well, I got lucky there. Because if he went off before 60th minutes, oh, well, I would have blew up. And I'd probably be taking hits galore this game week. Because that would have been a load of bull there if I missed out on them. But thankfully, he stayed on for the full 90, and he got that clean sheet in the end. So it's 6 points from him at least. And then, of course, Mikalenko on the bench. Jesus Christ, -1. Good job I did not start him. Midfielders then, so it was a 4-man midfield. Smith Rowe was on the bench. Didn't do much for us anyway. Only got 2 points against Spurs. Tough game it was, in all fairness. Did play 85 minutes though, so you did get a good amount of minutes. But nothing from him, thankfully, so I didn't lose out anything there. But the starting midfielders, oh God, Mbeumo, disappointing. Really disappointing, man. They scored 4 goals against Leicester, and he didn't even get an assist. I couldn't believe it. I thought, you know what, he'll get an hat-trick probably there. Nothing, absolutely nothing from him, which is really frustrating. Really didn't need that. That's now, what, 2 games now he's not got a return. Did he get a return? He got an assist against Bournemouth in game week 11. So that's 3 games then he has not scored. 4 games he's not scored, for Brentford. So that's something to really look forward into game week 14. But yeah, that was really disappointing. Cole Palmer, finally. Cole Palmer, as my captain, managed to get some returns. So if anybody actually watched my videos this season, every time I've had Palmer as captain, he's blanked. This time he didn't. He got 14 points against Aston Villa. Got that goal, assist, clean sheet bonus point, and the 3 bonus points on top of that. So I got a nice, delicious 28 points from Cole Palmer. Really needed that one because after Saturday, my God, my team was looking really bleak. I had no returns from anybody. And I thought, oh my God, here we go. I'm going to get 16 points there. It's going to be awful. So yeah, thankfully, he absolutely smashed it there, 28 points. Morgan Rogers, really disappointed. I mean, Aston Villa have been, awful now for the last 4 or 5 game weeks. They've scored what? Oh, sorry, they've won 1 game in the last, 7 game weeks. That is awful at the minute for them. He has scored a couple of times in that run, but yeah, it's been awful from him. He's got no goal now in the last 4 game weeks for us. So yeah, it's not looking good for him, but it's really hard to decide what to do with him because obviously he's so cheap right now. It's not really going to be out there that I really want at his price. So yeah, that one was really disappointing, but at least Mo Salah, got a goal for us, just as we expected. It was a good penalty, and of course he got the assist for the Gakpo goal, and also the clean sheet bonus point, and the 2 bonus points on top of that, which meant he came away with 13 points overall. Kind of lucky though, he didn't get obviously the bonus point, extra bonus point, make it 3. Cause it means I got more, points than Salah captainers there, so I'd take that one. I mean, the front 3 may as well have just not bothered turning up. So, I mean, Cunha, that one was a surprise. He scored 2 goals and he didn't get anything there. I thought he would obviously smash it. João Pedro came into my team this week because I thought he was going to absolutely smash it like he did against Man City and Bournemouth. He started, which I was buzzing about, went off after 71 minutes, and Brighton didn't win. Can't believe it. I thought they'd score 3, maybe 4. They scored 1. It was Matoma, who I did mention a couple of weeks ago in my transfer plans video to get him. So that one was working out a treat. But João Pedro, oh my word. Nothing from him. And then Erling Haaland, Man City continue to be shocking. And it's another blank from him. That's now 2 goals in 8 game weeks for him. It's not looking good, is it? Considering I've kept him for all this time. I'm really hoping he turns this around quickly. Because 60 points, just got a red arrow, which is a bit frustrating. But hopefully, with a quick turnaround, I can forget about this very quickly. Moving on to my team selection then for game week 14, where, like I said before, I've got 1 free transfer for this game week, but I might have to take 2 transfers in it, and that means I have to take a -4. I don't have to take a -4, but there's another player that I want in my team that I want, so I really want him, but the fact is I'm going to have to take Martinez out of my team if he's not fit for game week 14, which is really frustrating because Aston Villa have got some really nice fixtures going forward, like Brentford, Southampton, Forest in the next 3 game weeks we've got coming up. So I want to keep him, but I've got to find out if he's not fit for game week 14. I'm gonna have to take him out of my team. So obviously you can see it already. The replacement I've got set up for him at this moment in time is going to be Sanchez of Chelsea. Now Chelsea, they've just got a clean sheet obviously against Aston Villa. They've not actually had a decent run of clean sheets so far this season, to be honest. We expected a lot more, but I mean, they just keep conceding the odd goal. It's a bit frustrating, a bit like Man City they have been, but Southampton away, you just got to say there's a high chance they're going to keep a clean sheet. I mean, I did think Liverpool guaranteed 1. They conceded 2. So hopefully that's not the same if I do go through with having Sanchez. But yeah, if Martinez is out injured for game week 14, Sanchez will be coming into my team. Just because, fixtures long term for Chelsea, they're really good as well. I mean, yes, they got a difficult one at 15, but from 16 to 22, they're on a great run. So definitely somebody I'm going to have to bring in if Martinez is out injured. And then midfielders, then it's another back 3 as always, and it's going to consist of Mikalenko, Lewis Hall, and Rico Lewis. And boy, that looked horrendous. Absolutely shocking. I hate it. I want to get rid of them, but at this moment in time, I just can't bother to look at my defence and try to do anything about it. Mikalenko, this is the last time he's going to be playing for me for some time because his fixtures after game week 14 are absolutely horrendous. No chance in how I'm going to be starting them against the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea and Man City. So those are the 4 games they've got after Wolves. The reason why I'm starting them against Wolves, even though I think Wolves are going to beat them, is because Talo's got Arsenal away. Don't think he's going to do well there. And Oakley's probably not going to be fit to play anyway. So I'm kind of stuck with going for Mikalenko. Yes, I could take a transfer and take him out. I could even go for a -8 if I want to. But there's nobody out there at a price that I've got left in terms of how much money I've got left that I can really say, yes, he's keeping a clean sheet. And to take a -4 hit on a defender, it's not worth the gamble for me. So Mykolenko's going to be starting. Lewis Hall starting just because he's playing at home, whereas Delo's playing away. I still think Liverpool will probably win, but I'm hopeful that it can end as a 0-0 just because of the quick turnaround. But we'll have to see. But Lewis Hall will be starting ahead of Delo. And then Rico Lewis could obviously get, replaced because of the quick turnaround, and Man City manager Pep just likes making loads of changes. So even he's not guaranteed. So in the end, I could have Delo in my team anyway. But even then, even if Lewis doesn't start, he'll probably come on for 5 minutes and just give me a pointer anyway. So yeah, defence looks pretty terrible to be fair, and there's nothing I can do about it. My midfielders then, it's a 4-man midfield at the minute, so Smith Rowe is continuing to stay on my bench, but it's a tough one, it really is, because I want him in my team. I do fancy him against Brighton to get something. But it's like Craven Cottage as well. The normal step would be to take out Rodgers just because he's, the obvious choice, but the fact that he's playing at home as well, he's playing against a Brentford side that just love to concede goals. It's a real tough one. It's a flip of a coin whether to go for Rodgers or Smith Rowe. At the moment in time, I'm going for Rodgers because they're on a bad run and they need to wake up. So we'll see how that one goes. And also, he's got better minutes, I think, than Smith Rowe usually does most of the time. But yeah, Rodgers is just in ahead of Smith Rowe. Mohamed Salah starting against Newcastle, obviously. I expect him to do well, but I kind of hoping he blanks so Lewis Hall can get a clean sheet, if I'm being honest. I'd rather Lewis Hall gets a clean sheet than Salah scores a brace, because everybody seems to have Salah. Palmer, obviously, he is going to be my captain. It's Southampton away. It seems to be the obvious decision to go for. He has a much better fixture than Salah does. So for sure, he will be captaining for me. Hopefully, he gets a load of points just like he did in Game Week 13. And then finally, the transfer that I really want to make in this game week, the one I was looking to make anyway, is taking Mbeumo out of my team, which is a shame because he's been an amazing servant for me this season. But I think it's now time to get rid of him because he's got the likes of Villa, Newcastle, Chelsea, Forest, Brighton, Arsenal. Then he's got Southampton, which is decent in Game Week 20, but then it's Man City and Liverpool. So it's bye for now. I probably won't look at bringing Mbeumo back in until the end of January. That's how much of a bad run his team is going on. But don't get me wrong, he probably score in all these games and make me look absolutely stupid. But I want to bring Jarrod Bowen in because his fixtures are amazing going forward. He's got Leicester City in Game Week 14. Obviously, they've just been smashed by 4-1 by Brentford. They're now going up. Now they've got West Ham. After that, he's got the likes of Wolves, can see goals. Bournemouth don't keep clean sheets. Neither do Brighton and nor do Southampton. So I want Bowen for those fixtures. He's their best player. They've got West Ham. He's the guy they look for, to score goals. So Bowen's somebody I really want, and I can afford him nicely. So I was worried I wouldn't be able to afford him. I mean, ideally, I'd love to have got rid of a Rodgers and, put in Bowen and keep Mbeumo, but I don't have the funds to do that. So it's going to have to be Mbeumo out, Bowen in. That one I'm 99.9% certain transfer will happen. It's just a case of obviously who's going to be playing in goal for me. And then that leads me on to my front three, which of course consists of Cunha, Pedro and Haaland. All three of them I think have nice fixtures. Everton away for Cunha. I hope there's goals there. I hope Pedro scores against Fulham away. And I definitely hope Haaland gets a couple of goals against Forest because everybody looks like they're going to get rid of him. So hopefully I can capitalise on that. So yeah, there's not really much more I can say about the strikers, to be honest. I expect them to score. They probably won't score. And that's just how I feel at the moment. But yeah, that is how my team's looking for Game Week 14. Obviously, like I said before, Bowen's going to be in my team more than likely. It's just a case of who's going to be in goal. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a -4 hit for me this season. The first one this season. Hopefully the last. But hopefully it's not the case since Martinez does start for me. But yeah, that's how my team's looking for Game Week 14. Let me know what your team's looking like 14. Let me know what you think I should be doing in Game Week 14. Am I making a mistake taking a -4 hit? Or am I making a mistake in bringing Bowen in? Let me know in the comments. Before you go as well, please do not forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.